After settling in Green Hill, Sonic is eager to prove that he has what it takes to be a true hero. His test comes when Dr. Robotnik returns with a new partner, Knuckles, in search of a mystical emerald that has the power to destroy civilizations. Sonic teams up with his own sidekick, Tails, and together they embark on a globe-trotting journey to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the summary of Sonic 2 or Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm going to let the newbie start off here. Coach, give us one sentence to describe, to review Sonic 2.
My one sentence is, I had no idea that Idris Elba, Jim Carrey, and Shamar Moore needed money that bad. That's my one sentence.
All right, Jason.
I know Shamar Moore definitely need the money.
You saw that Beijing all on the chin. He needed that money. Jason, your one sentence review of Sonic 2.
Bring back Urkel.
Bring back Urkel. Hey, there you go.
Absolutely. My one sentence review of Sonic 2 is another Sonic adventure for kids that don't know what the fuck a Sega Genesis is.
Like, what the fuck is Sega?
Right.
I love how they get in the movie, they do that the Sega like Marvel shit, and they're like, what the fuck is this? Right. Watching this, was even born when any of this stuff was cool.
Wow.
All right, now we about to go in. All right, and just so everybody knows, this is going to be a spoiler cast because we got a guest on, and we usually have guests on. We just go full spoilers because I don't want them to have to bounce around topics or slip up. So we're going to spoiler cast. Coach, what is your thoughts on Sonic 2?
Dude, you can have a spoiler cast because ain't nobody going to see this shit. I mean, and them little kids that are going to see it, they won't be watching this show. So, that's the only people going to see it. Dude, this movie was terrible. I mean, you know, I had to look up the cast while I'm in the movie because it didn't matter. Because I'm sitting up here thinking, who is that with that terrible voice of that red Sonic?
That red Sonic?
Lo and behold, it's Idris Elba. I was like, are you serious? That is Idris Elba? Dude, I mean, this movie was terrible. And I'm not a big Jim Carrey fan. To me, Jim Carrey's best days were on In Living Color. I mean, way back then. I'm not a Jim Carrey fan because I'm not into all that old slapstick stuff that he does and whatnot. So to see him doing that, and then to hear Idris Elba's corny ass voice that he was trying to make, and they could have left that whole little line with Shamar Moore out. I don't even know why that was in there. That wasn't even needed. I guess it was supposed to be take you off for black people that, like, you know, get them some black laughs and all that other kind of stuff. Dude, it was just
Hold on. Is black laughs different than white? Is black laughs different than white?
You know,
laughs?
I mean,
because it causes generational trauma.
You know, they're able to, they're able to, you know, through that avenue there, allow you to laugh at some kind of black things, funny things. You know, like, and you better not mess up my wedding. You know that, you know, all that kind of, you know, coonery. It was terrible. I didn't like this movie at all.
Oh, Coach, can we move on to Jason?
Go ahead, Jason.
All right. The Duke of Nerds, what are your thoughts on Sonic 2?
I am not as harsh on this movie as Coach is, but I watched the first Sonic movie just this past week. So both these movies are very, very fresh in my mind. Ben Schwartz, I can't even say his last name. I don't know. His voice as Sonic just gets really, really grating after a while. And I guess it's because he just keeps talking, even when it doesn't need for this character to keep talking, and he just keeps saying quips and just like, can you just like sit down and just shut up for like 1 minute, please? I can collect my thoughts about this movie. I like the fact that Jim Carrey is old school Jim Carrey in this, because it's been a while since Jim Carrey has done Jim Carrey-ness, and I kind of miss it. I kind of miss him just being wacky and silly, not overly serious like he's been for the last 20 years. does it necessarily work in this movie? It depends on who you ask. But for me, it's at least somewhat entertainable. This movie, he's a little bit less funny as he was in the first one. But still, because he puts a lot of ad libs and a lot of stuff, and some of the stuff didn't make sense to the situation, but at least it was funny that he said it, and I was like, oh, that's funny. I don't know why there are any human characters in this movie at all.
Me either.
There shouldn't be any human characters. They were completely
Amen.
useless. The whole B story with the sister getting married, completely ridiculous, completely dumb. I don't even know why she don't like Tom, other than the fact that he's a cop. I mean, I guess that's like he seemed like a nice guy. Yeah, he's a cop, but like he seems like a nice guy. I guess I would probably not like Tom either because he's a cop, but that's fine. That's fine. But
is that part of the black comedy? Is that the part?
Yeah,
of the
I guess so. He's like, oh,
about?
We don't like this dude whatsoever. And even though he seems like the nicest cop in the world, we don't like him. And she's always like, this dude is like your sister could have married like, I don't know, a murderer, and you're like, I hate this dude, even though he seems like nice as hell. I don't know. That part does not work, especially when she's like being all nice to him in the wedding, and then she's like, "Oh, you mess this up for me, I'll murder you or whatever." And I'm like, why him? Why not anybody else? I don't. I guess it was the foreshadow that he's gonna have Sonic come in on an avalanche, and the whole switching the rings. It was stupid.
It was terrible.
Kids will probably have some fun with this. Sonic is annoying enough that a kid will like it. Tails is just cute enough that a kid will like it. Knuckles, even though it's completely played straight by Idris Elba, could have been a lot worse because Idris Elba wanted to put on a squeaky voice, and they were like, "Don't do that." Dude, so it could have been a lot worse.
That little superhero voice was terrible.
It could have been a lot worse though. So I'm glad they just they just said, just have fun, but don't have too much fun.
Dude, it looked like he did the whole voice with his chest like this.
Oh man!
Here I come for me. The day.
The best part of the movie for me was the end credits when they went back to the 8-bit graphics and stuff, and it made it look like it was the actual Sonic video game. That I totally enjoyed. But at the end, the after credit scene, of course, it's like, oh, they did Knuckles this movie. What they're gonna do next? It's Emo the Hedgehog. Oh God, like no one wants that. No Sonic fan like Shadow. There's no reason to have him in a movie, and there's no reason to make him some sort of guest star. So,
I got one comment to say about that part.
Go ahead, Coach.
There was an after credit scene.
Coach is just like, I'm done. I'm out.
Dude, I sprinted down that aisle.
Coach got the hell out of there.
As video game movies go, this isn't the worst one. But as video games movies go, this follows the trend of just ho-hum video game movies, in my opinion. So I'm glad I didn't waste any money on this.
Ooh, I wasted some.
Man.
I ain't had no free fee today. I wasted $13 and I want it back.
I
want my time back.
And I'm feeling the vibes. All right, man. I like this movie a lot, bro.
Oh my God.
I was here for this movie. So first thing I'm gonna start off with, in part 1 and going into part 2, the fact that James Marsden's is with Tika Sumpter, that alone is the most unbelievable thing about this movie. So from that point on, I was sold. I was like, oh, that white dude was that sister? Oh, I can believe anything. I can believe if the moon would fall. I can even believe that. If you go get with that sister. So at that point, I was sold in Sonic 1, which proves it in Sonic 2. Once I saw they were still together, they still were happily married, I was like, hey, look, I can believe in miracles too. So I dug this movie because I feel like Sonic 1 was the stereotypical attempt to make a video game movie in the era where they go, we're not going to do anything with the game. We're just going to put the character from the video game in a situation and make the movie around that. Where if you make an argument that Sonic 1, majority of the time spent on screen was with the human characters. less Sonic. And I think that was more of a budgetary thing. But again, I feel like it was in that cookie cutter mode of like, oh yeah, Sonic's in a movie, so it's a Sonic movie. No, it was it was really a movie about the dude, the white dude. Like, let's just call it what it was. This movie, I felt like this was a Sonic movie. Now, again, I'm with you, Jason, in the sense that, yeah, were the people really needed in this one? Absolutely not. You could cut every person and could pick that movie up from Tails' point of view, getting to Sonic, and then having it from there and have it be a whole adventure with Tails and Sonic trying to fight Robotnik and Knuckles. And I would have been fine with it. And I don't disagree with that at all. But they did a lot of video game cool stuff in here. Like, I always joke about if I ever get a Resident Evil movie where they eat a green leaf or green herb, I'm going to be sold. This movie did like all that cool stuff, like Sonic needing air bubbles to breathe. That is a classic Sonic trope from the video games. Sonic's ability when he does rolls into a tailspin. We all know from the games you will sit down, power up, and that tailspin pretty much destroys everything in his way. So when it didn't work on Knuckles, for the video game guys, we were like, oh, shit, this shit got real. Like, it was little moments like that I really dug in it. Hell, even Knuckles climbing the wall with his knuckles was from Sonic and Knuckles. Like, I was like, that's pretty dope. And the whole, like, oh, it's stairs. That's cool. Like, I felt like this was literally, when I talk about wanting a video game movie, this is what we should get closer to, where they actually take things. Okay, go ahead.
Time out. Because you just said that, all of the video game stuff, and we're doing a full spoiler. When Sonic turned into Super Sonic, I was all in.
Look, that was my thing. And I was like, the biggest part of the movie is when Sonic turns into Super Sonic and goes ham. Now, I did have a critique on that, was that I wish, because you would realize that Super Sonic transformation is based off the DBZ Goku Super Saiyan transformation. Goku's transformation comes from a loss, which I don't think I'm spoiling anything from Dragon Ball Z because it's almost 30 years old.
100-year-old.
Yeah. His best friend dies, it transforms him. And then even in Sonic's mythology, when it comes to Super Sonic, like, and they do it a little bit, like Tails gets brutally hurt, which makes him get the Emerald Crystals and transforms in the original incarnation of it. I wish they would have played that up to it, but they did do the whole Tails got hurt thing. They just didn't connect it close enough to the transformation for me. But that's neither here nor there. Jim Carrey chewing up the scenery. I know Coach ain't with it.
Is there a raise my hand? Is there a raise my hand button on here?
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
While y'all marveling over him turning to Super Sonic and all that, when he turned gold at the end and whatnot, I sat there and said, now they're going to make this motherfucker gold. I mean, that was my response.
Yeah, obviously, we can see Coach didn't give a damn about the video game. But that being said, Jim Carrey was good in it, and I think you're right. He wasn't as funny in the first one, but I think also his role had changed because Knuckles started taking up a lot of the comic relief, doing the whole, and it's the stereotypical fish out of water, Drax from Guardians, like the guy that just takes everything so literal. Right. Which I thought worked. Like, this dude is a warrior from a whole other universe coming to this universe and is like, only thing I'm here to do is bust Sonic head and get this crystal. I don't give a damn Emerald. I don't give a damn about nothing else y'all talking about except for those things. So I get why he was at. And also, let's be real, it is still a kid's movie. So we got to dumb down the super strong, powerful guy to help the kids, whatever. So, and then little things like I enjoyed about the movie that like Coach won't care about that I cared about. Because I'm admitted, I'm a Genesis guy. All my friends had Super Nintendo. I had Sega Genesis.
Those people.
Yes, I was one of those kids. Yeah. So I ran through that series from Sonic 1, 2, Sonic and Knuckles. I ran through all the series. So one of the things I did enjoy in this one too, that Knuckles was fast. Like, that's a hidden thing that they don't talk about enough, because in the game, when you play Sonic and Knuckles, you got him because his climbing ability, but he still had speed on him. So I thought that was pretty cool. They showed that Knuckles was a well-rounded warrior, as well as just being, Idris Elba using his regular accent and talking
his regular voice.
Right.
Let
me interject and just say this. My only experience with Sonic was when my kids would get stuck on a certain level and it'd be frustrating the hell out of them and they couldn't get past it. Mm-hmm. I would grab the controller and say, tell me what you're trying to do. And they say, see, you got to push these buttons to make him jump over that at the exact time when the boulder ain't going to fall on him or whatever it was. And I would do it and say, okay, here, now go on with it.
Right. So going back to the things that they did in the video game, which they should have done, is when he was underwater. They should have played that freaking soundtrack that they played, so that it gets every person that's over the age of 30's blood pressure up.
Yeah, I will agree with you there. I was expecting it. I was expecting the music to play, but it didn't happen. And then the last thing I had was I think they put Tails in here. Tails wasn't needed in this movie.
No.
Like, let's just call it Tails.
You're right.
And I get why they did it. I rather they would have stayed Tails for the third one.
Yeah.
With, again, terrible old boy coming. Yeah. Like, have him, how they did in the first one, have him at the end and make it worth it for the third one.
Yeah.
He wasn't needed for this one. I think Tails with the human characters bloated the movie more than I think that's what you maybe coach's biggest complaint is. The movie was bloated for no reason other than just because they wanted the fan service guys like me. I didn't need Tails in this one. And the last part about it too, Jason, I'm fine if they let old emo terrible homeboy in here. Oh, I guess we was doing spoilers. They let Shadow sorry ass in. I'm fine with it. If we get Rouge the Bat, I'll take sorry ass Shadow.
Sorry.
I'll take sorry ass Shadow.
I don't ever think that Tails was ever like that beloved of a character in the Sonic Sonic fandom. I thought everybody pretty much hated Tails because he always, especially if he weren't being controlled by your little brother, which was me. He would get in your way and get you killed.
I was just about to say this. I was about to say I love Tails because I was relegated to second controller.
Yeah,
and I had to play as Tails. And the only time my cousin would actually let me do shit was when he needed me to lift his ass out of something. Tails, and I was stunned on his ass. He'd be like, "Nope." It jump off the cliff, and Tails come flying right back. So I love Tails because it was that. And I do remember when it first came out, we didn't know Tails was like a tech genius when Sonic 2 was out. That was something they added on later on.
Yeah,
I mean, even the Sonic cartoon with Urkel, he wasn't really the huge tech guy they made him now. So I'm gonna take the L on Tails on that.
He was just the pilot in Sonic 2.
Absolutely. Yeah. But long story short, man, I rocks with this movie. We're gonna go one round for final comments, and we'll go to our ratings. Coach, any final comments? I know I gave you a lot that you probably hated that I said, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your work off.
No, my whole thing is that I'm gonna be curious to watch these box office numbers as to how many people, because like you said, I just don't think it was that many people out there who were even into Sonic, the video game, that much. That will appreciate this movie. They even know half the shit that you just talked about. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, to know it to the depths that you're talking about. I mean, hell, you got me wanting to go. I want to go see the damn movie. I want to go play a damn Sonic Hedgehog game. So I see half the shit you talking about happening in the damn video game. Because the movie, to me, it didn't even do what all I'm hearing. You more excited about the damn video game, it sounds like the damn movie. I mean,
that's what they're banking on. But you're right. Like, ain't nothing but kids in that movie, and they're good. Yeah. Sonic is a shitty character on Smash Brothers. I don't even know why we doing this movie.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's it for me.
Jason, final word on it.
Let me just they did this one thing that I hate they do in these movies nowadays where they get a popular song and the fucking characters have to dance to it.
Oh my god!
Like, that just took me out of it.
That was
for
awful.
A minute.
The whole soundtrack was awful to me. The whole.
Other than that, look, it's there.
I will coldly cop to the fact that whole dance sequence completely useless.
Yeah,
so and I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it feel kind of connected to one where they were traveling, and I get what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
completely useless. It was completely like, hey kids, good music that you all probably hear on Kids Bop, and a dancing cute characters.
Yeah,
completely useless.
Yeah,
I agree.
All of a sudden, just because they change it from traditional Russian music to I don't even know who the fucking band is that was playing. Yeah. Now they can dance. Like, okay,
egregious.
Get out of here.
Agreed. That was for the black folks too. That was for the black folks.
Also, shout out. My final word is shout out to Dr. Robotnik, still in Coach's favorite word when he curses but doesn't want to curse. Did you catch that, Coach, in there?
I did not.
At the beginning, Robotnik goes, blah, 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 this shit talkie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
sir.
So,
I heard
that.
I heard that. I did hear shiitake.
Yeah, getting off the shiitake planet. That's
yes, sir.
Yep. All right, let's go into ratings. Jason, what is your rating for Sonic 2?
I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Oh
the 0.5 is because of the nostalgia for Sonic. that these companies always want to give you. So, but other than that, the movie's just it's pretty run of the mill.
Okay, Coach.
I guess that would make me give it a 2 out of 5. Because on my scale goes to 10. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. So I guess that's a 2 out of 5.
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever scoring system you want.
Well, here my thing is that normally I have to rate it an 8 if I was gonna pay to see it again. This right here, I would not watch for free at a kid's birthday party. I'm not watching this ever again. And if it's on when I go in the house, I'm gonna leave the birthday present at the damn door and turn around, get back in my car, and drive off. That's what I got.
I know I was gonna be higher than everybody. I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5, man.
Oh, that's a 7.
I enjoyed it, and I think the thing I want to focus on is out of video game movies. This is probably one of the video game movies I feel like nailed what a video game movie's supposed to be.
Okay,
it felt like the video game. It looked like the video game. It took things from the video game and intricated it. So that's why I give it so high. Hey, how you doing there? We here at the N-Word for Nerd like to tell you a little something about a product that we decided to, steal from some people and then sell to you at a very extremely serviceable price. Have you ever been tired, worn down, and just lazy? I know I am because that's my life. But then this magical drink came Nerd Focus. Nerd Focus hits all that stuff in your brain, makes you smarter. Well, let me change it. It doesn't make you smarter. But since you brought this, which is a smart decision, then in that turn, it just made you smarter. So by that nature, it does make you smarter. Have you ever wanted to turn into a Super Saiyan 4? Nerd Focus will help you do that. Jason, you just had some. What do you think about Nerd Focus?
It's delicious. It tastes very good. I feel more aware. I feel more awake now. I feel like I can actually talk to a girl, maybe. Maybe ask her out on a date. It definitely has electrolytes in it, so that's what plants need. It's very good. It's great.
Well, guys, if you want to get your very own case of Nerd Focus, go ahead and check out our link in our description. That's our affiliate link. So if you do purchase a case of Nerd Focus, it actually does help us out tremendously. Hey, let's get your Nerd Focus on, man.
Focus up.